Okay. Let's see. So just like last time, you always want to start off, well, you don't have to, but I like to start off SPY and QQQ and DIA just to see my indexes. It's right now, my Thinkorswim is freezing up. So hopefully it loads up in just a second. Firm, Nike, Neo. Okay.
I have a question while you're waiting for your screen to warm up. This is Michelle. Good morning. I was wondering, on your entry and exits, what time frame do you look at the chart?
So whenever I'm day trading, if it's before 10:30, I'm on the 1 minute chart just because when the market, it's like 9:40, 9:45, it's only like 2 or 3 5-minute candles. So before 10 or 10:30, I'm mainly looking at the 1 minute. But after 10:30, I'm always on the 5 minute.
And what's the earliest you would enter a trade after 9:30?
I typically never get in at open unless it's like some big news on a company or something like that. I typically like to wait at least, usually I like to wait at about 5 minutes to at least see how the first 5-minute candle is gonna close, or I like to wait until a stock forms its first pattern on the 1 minute. So I don't usually like to chase it on the upside or downside. I like just catch it whenever I can see a high probability setup forming on it.
Yeah, because I was watching a video yesterday, and remember you were like, I should have already gotten in, but I thought the rule was never get in before 9:45.
Yeah, everybody kind of do it differently because some people are just more risky. I trade a lot more risky than a lot of people, so I sometimes get in really early.
Oh, okay. Because yesterday he was like, you should have got in here. I'm like, wait a minute. Lawrence said the rule is not for 9:45.
Yeah, I trade a little bit more risky.
Oh, okay. Because the move was done by the time 9:45 hit. I was like, dang. Okay. So I guess you just gotta, once you start trading more, you'll have a fine-tuned eye when to get in.
Right, and it's more conservative to do it that way because that's when the most volume is in the market, like 9:30 to 9:45. The first 15 to 20 minutes and the last 15 to 20 minutes. So it can also be a lot of fake outs too. So that will happen a lot of times. If you get in early, you could get faked out.
Right.
So that's why it's sometimes better to wait.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. But that's a really good question. It's a good question. So we finally loaded up right now. And pretty much today, depending on where everything is, when things are looking good on the indexes, the only thing that I do is I just try to find continuation on the stocks that were already doing well. So you see SPY right here. This is the daily chart. And right now we are up a little bit, which is still good. We're up just a little bit from where we were yesterday. So SPY right now, you could have a pullback to possibly test the old all-time high again, or we could very well just keep running. And I'm pulling up on the 4 hours so you can see it better because you can't see the candles right now on the daily. So yeah, you just want to be aware that we have been running without without much of a pullback besides like right here for 1, 2, 3, for about 5 days almost. So you do want to be on the lookout for a possible pullback. But you would want to look for it to possibly, form some type of pattern around here or try to retest the out. So you do want to be cautious, very cautious of that. And QQQ probably looks pretty much the same. Okay. Yep, QQQ, we look pretty much the exact same. Been running, look like it's trying to pull back a little bit. It's still up right now for the day. So the market hasn't opened, but it's up right now. But I mean, just want to be wary of a pullback possibly. The Dow looks the same way. We're not quite at all-time highs yet for the Dow. So honestly, as far as the Dow is concerned, you could possibly also see maybe a rotation into these Dow stocks, possibly if tech starts falling. So you could see that as well, because there are some days where tech can be red and the Dow can be green. So you definitely could see that too. But with the variance and all that news and stuff coming out, it's hard to tell. So the indexes are still looking okay. So as of right now, I'm still looking at plays to the upside because the indexes are still going to the upside. But we just want to be cautious. So when things are at all-time high, you really want to have your price targets set up, before you get in, because you never know when they're gonna just have a rug pull and send everything down. So it's even more imperative today to kind of know when you want to get in and out. So we're gonna start looking at some of those stocks that y'all said, and don't know why my thinkorswim is going really slow today. But it was Apple, Nvidia, Firm. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I'm also gonna show Facebook, show what I seen. Some of y'all was right. I mean, it was a flat pattern or a pennant pattern. You actually could see both. It just depends on how you look at it. So we're gonna see that. But not only was it a pattern, it was also a key level that I wanted y'all to see as well. That could set up a great swing on Facebook, possibly, if the market keeps going. But I don't know what's going on right now with my thinkorswim. DocuSign, Neo. Okay. I may have to start this over and resend out a link if it doesn't start loading up. Okay, seeing Apple. Right now, Apple is negative. Just not really a big deal. It's been running the same amount of time that SPY has been running. So the key levels are still the same. The levels are still the same. The only level that really matters right now is this 182, as far as when you're talking about to the upside. But to the downside, now you have to kind of be aware of what can happen if things start going down, kind of like they are right now. So right now, I know what my key levels are, So I came down to the 1 hour just because I already know that, like we said yesterday, you want to know what your pre-market high is. And for Apple, it's 181.26. So since I know my only major level to the upside is that all-time high, you want to plot this point, your pre-market high, right here. So you know if it gets above this point, we're looking good to possibly test all-time highs. You know, that's still $1 away, which, you know, it's a good amount for Apple, but that's still attainable, especially with the market being strong. But to the downside, you already know your major levels. So now you just kind of came down in the time frames to see, okay, what are my smaller levels? And something you can do that can help you out a lot is to kind of color code your levels. So I put one right here at 177.24 because of right here. You see 1, 2, 3, almost 4, almost 5, 6, 7 times where it hit in the past. So you might say, well, why are you worried about, you know, what happened here, which is days ago? Because all you're doing when you're charting, you're just using what happened in the past to try to determine what happened in the future. So since this was a level way back here, it's still a level now. It's just going to be a level on the way down rather than a level on the way up this time. So if I'm in calls, I would definitely be looking out for this level, which is still about $3 away from where we are. So Apple could, you know, consolidate today, which will also be a good thing. Or, you know, we could push or we could come down and retest this right here. So that's what I'll be looking out for with Apple. And the pre-market low. Oh, let me go ahead and color code this just so I can know that this is a level, a smaller level on a different time frame. You can also plot your pre-market low. You can do it the same way, which is about right here. So I don't really know what I expect Apple to do today. I'm just going to kind of be watching it. I still have some contracts, some weekly contracts. So I'm going to be watching it today. But above 181.26, we should be looking good. Below this 179, it's going to either probably be choppy, or we could come down and retest this 177.74, possibly. So that's what I'm seeing on Apple. You can also set some alerts if you want to. Setting alerts is probably the best thing to do, just so you're not sitting here looking at the stock all day long. So I'm gonna set it for 181. 181 points. Let's see. I'll do 181.15 since I want to know when it gets past 0.26, just because that'll still give me some time to look at it because Apple doesn't move super fast. And if I do anything that y'all don't understand, feel free to drop it in the chat or unmute yourself and ask why. Let's see the chat. Let's see. Yeah, we had went over SPY. I'll go back over it again real quick and let's see. Are you using the pre-market high and low to gauge your entries on call versus puts? Yep, that's what I like to do a lot of times. Use that for entries on call versus puts. But I don't think I'm not gonna take puts on Apple. I'm just looking to try to play it to the upside. You could possibly take it, but I don't know how far it would go down because I don't know how far SPY would go down to keep taking it down. So I'm just looking for it towards the upside. But definitely that's exactly what you would do. You use your pre-market highs and lows to play your entries for calls and puts, that's what you would do most of the time. But SPY real quick, if anybody had kind of missed it. We are still at the all-time high for SPY. And right now, we actually pushed up a little bit. So I'm either looking for a SPY to continue up. If SPY continues upward, breaking this pre-market level and whatnot, if SPY continues upward, the plan for today is to continue playing those stocks that ran yesterday. And if it goes down, you could possibly start playing puts, especially if it can't hold. If it can't hold right here at this pre-market low. So that is basically the plan. I want to see it break either this 148.69, or if it starts going down, then we could possibly retest the old high, possibly. And you can set alerts for this too, or you could just watch it. Let's see, what's the other stocks? It was Affirm. I know Affirm was one. I know I seen Nvidia. Okay. Let me see. Affirm is up right now a little bit. Affirm definitely has a key level at this 105. I don't play them much, that's why I don't hardly have anything for them. But just looking at them right now, I definitely see that they can have some upside. And you see, if you see right here, this is a indication that something could possibly go up soon. If you look right here, you can see that the stock price is making a lower low. But if you look right here, it'll pull up. This is making a higher low, which I can't even, let's see if I can get to it. Yeah, I can move it. The stock price is making a higher low right here on the stochastic slow. So you will see this on the stochastic slow, you will see this on the RSI. It'll be on both. But this is called bullish divergence. So bullish divergence is when the stock price makes a lower low, but the RSI or the stochastic slow or MACD makes a higher low. So you see how those they kind of contradict each other. So that kind of shows you that things could possibly be going upward soon. So definitely it's above 105. So it possibly could see a nice move. Let me see the first few levels that I see on Affirm to watch for, especially if you want to swing trade it. I don't know about day trading because I don't really know how they move because I don't trade it. But definitely to the upside, I definitely see this 112, and I may be missing some just because I haven't looked at it. I see 112. I see this 119 around this 120 level. So definitely 112 and 120. It has some nice potential to the upside. So maybe I should watch Affirm, maybe play it for the first time soon. I don't know why I would get in on that just because I don't know how it really moves. But I feel like Affirm does look pretty good right now, as long as it can hold 105. If it can't hold 105 and it goes back under, it's probably going to still be choppy. So that's what I think about that. See, we got some more messages. Yep, large sweeps yesterday. Yeah, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Okay, we got Nvidia, Nike, and Neo. Got a lot of lines for NVIDIA. I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit. So we can see that NVIDIA was running yesterday, had went above that 306. Right now we're at 312. So I had said if it gets above that 306, you're probably gonna want to swing it. And it gapped up today. So I'm gonna go to the 1 hour so we can see what it's really doing. And right now we are around this next resistance at 313.5. So it's already up $6. So definitely if you got in over that first entry at 297 yesterday and you don't have like a January, February contract, I would definitely be looking to possibly take some profits. But if you have a longer term contract, I definitely see zoom being too much. I definitely see more room for it to run, especially if it can get above this pre-market high. So I'm pull out the pre-market high again, right here, somewhere around this 314.5. And I'm gonna color code this. Move this out the way. So somewhere around 314.5, you have the pre-market high, but you also have this key level at 313.5. So I'm gonna ask this question in chat. What level is more important? This key level or this pre-market level?
Key level.
Yep. The key level is definitely more important. Just because this pre-market level has just been a level because of what's been made from today. This key level has been a level since I don't know how long. At least since NVIDIA has been over this 315. So yep, key level. Yep, so this key level is more important. So definitely be wary if you're in some shorter term contracts because it could, it could fall a little bit. But if you're in longer term contracts, I think it still looks good, especially if it gets above this 314. You might say, well, what's the price target over 314? All you do, you come back to your daily chart. We know that we're around here right now. And you're just looking for the next resistance. That's all you're doing. Next resistance is it's pretty far on the daily. So since I see that it's pretty far on the daily, I'm at $9 right now that I don't really see one on the daily. So that's when I would come down to the 4 hour to see, okay, is it really that far away? Because on the 4 hour, you can see more candles, so you can possibly see a smaller time frame resistance. And I can possibly see it's still a good opportunity for a day trade, I think. But I definitely see, what is this, 318? Because of right here, about here, close to here. So around 318. So it's still a lot of opportunity in it. But if you're in shorter term contracts, I would definitely be looking to start trimming some. But it definitely does look good to 318 if the market keeps doing well. That's a big if. So the video still looks good. See, we got another.
Yo, RJ.
Yep.
Do you get into plays in the first 5 minutes, or do you wait?
Most of the time I wait unless the stock has like news or something. If the stock has like some big news or something, then I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting in early. But I usually like to wait, until. Usually it's just until the first time I see a pattern on the 1 minute time frame, especially if it pushes up. Like if NVIDIA was to push above this like really early, I wouldn't chase it. I would wait until it forms a pattern on the 1 minute before I would try to enter.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
Yep, and that just tries to trying to minimize the risk of getting caught in a fake out. Sometimes I do hop in real early though, so it just depends on what's going on. Let's see, we got some more messages. I seen Neo. I see AMD. AMD and Nvidia probably looks pretty similar. It's, the market is about to open, and my Thinkorswim is freezing up right now. So, but all right.